I recently uploaded a video showing how I DIY'd this little laundry room. And it got way more views than I ever thought it would. It got like 6 million on YouTube Shorts, almost 4 million on TikTok, and like 14 million on Instagram Reels, which is just crazy. So if you're one of the 24 million people that have seen this laundry room already, I'm gonna be going into more detail about everything I did. So this is where we're at now, but at the beginning we started with this horrible looking laundry room, and we actually lived with it like this for like almost a year because it was just so overwhelming to redo an entire room, and we didn't really have the funds for it. But obviously me and my wife both hated it a lot, so this was a big project that we really wanted to get done. We got started by ripping out all the paneling, and there was actually wallpaper underneath the paneling too. We found, I want to say, about 6 different layers of wallpaper. You'd peel one and there'd just be another layer and another layer and another layer. If you've ever done wallpaper removal, it is not fun at all. And at the beginning we were actually removing it without any spray, which sucked. But luckily we found if you use a pump sprayer, you can put 1/4 fabric softener and 3/4 hot water and then just spray that all over the wallpaper, and it actually makes it super easy to get off. But once we got through all 6 layers of wallpaper, we were left with a nice lime green wall, which looked even worse than the wallpaper being up. So after that we were in a hurry to get this all finished. Then I went ahead and I took all the old cabinets out. We really wanted to save them, and we were trying to fit them into the new design plan, maybe like refinish them or something, but it was just too much of a pain. It really wasn't gonna work for what we wanted to do. So we got the good old hacksaw and just chopped it up because it made it a lot easier to get out. Then I had to go through and repair all the gouges I made with the little putty knife while we were scraping all the wallpaper off. I left a bunch of chunks in the wall, so I had to go through and patch all of that. Then I decided to put this arch in, which I had never done before, and it was super scary, but we kind of just were like, let's put an arch here. And so I started tearing down the wall and we figured it out. Now it's nowhere near perfect for my first arch. You can see this one's actually a little bit lower than that, and it bugs the crap out of me. For the most part, it's decent. If you've never seen someone make an arch before, basically what we did is we removed the door frame, and then I had to cut these little crescent type arch shapes out of plywood. And then we basically just laid drywall over that and used a knife to cut it out to shape. It really wasn't too hard to do. And then it was really just a lot of drywall mudding and a lot of sanding because I'm not good at drywall mudding. I'm really not good at any of this. I'm definitely a beginner. We DIY'd literally everything in this laundry room. If not my first time, maybe my second time doing all this stuff in here. Then we went right into painting just so we could cover up this horrible lime green. All the walls in our house are alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. I think we have a couple gallons of it, so I just threw that up on here to match the rest of the house, and the laundry room finally started to take shape. Now definitely the biggest pain in here was doing the popcorn removal. And if I could have done this whole project over again, I would have just started with the popcorn removal. It's just annoying because it goes everywhere, and ours was actually painted over, so it made it even harder to get off. Our house is also older, so I was really worried about the asbestos, so I made sure to wear a mask during it. Hopefully I'm all right. The popcorn that was underneath the cabinets came off super easy because it wasn't painted over. The rest of it would not come off. We had to get a pump sprayer again and do 1 part vinegar to 10 parts water, and you have to make sure the popcorn is soaked. And if it's soaked, it'll come off, but it drips on you and it's just not fun. Anyone that's done popcorn removal probably will tell you that they hate it. Once all the popcorn was off, we did this little board and batten wall right here. I have a couple TikToks showing how to do this. It's really not that hard. You just got to cut everything to size, nail it in. But this wraps all the way around, and then it even wraps onto this wall over here as well. But for some reason, it makes it almost feel taller in here. And I think it makes it look a lot nicer. And then we actually used to have tile in here that ran into the kitchen, but we decided to go with this vinyl plank flooring. This one's made by Lifeproof. I believe it's the Dusk Cherry, and you can find that at the Home Depot. But we put this in our whole house and it runs right into the laundry room, and I think it looks great. Then at this point, our new washer and dryer showed up. This one's by Electrolux, and we ended up going with a front-loading washer and dryer tower, which saved us so much space in here. And this whole laundry room project was actually sponsored by the Home Depot and Electrolux. And I saw some comments of people talking about, oh, my husband won't even change a light bulb. Oh, my husband won't do this, won't do that, which I honestly hate, because doing stuff like this is my job and I get paid to do it. I'm very, very fortunate that I'm in this situation where I can do things like this. Plus I'm home all the time, so I have all the time in the world to do all these projects. And I know a lot of people out there aren't in the same position, and they have full-time jobs and they have other things that they have to get done. So don't compare everything to people online, because my life is not all that. I just am lucky enough to be able to do DIY projects. And yeah, I'll leave that at that. But next we ended up picking up all these cabinets from the Home Depot, and these are actually super inexpensive. I think we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 of these cabinets only cost us about $700. They come unfinished, so I did have to paint these. I painted them in alabaster as well. You can see they were like this color wood on the inside, but I think they look great, and we were able to kind of do the measurements and figure out how to fit this area perfectly. Plus with the Electrolux, it's kind of hiding our hot water heater, which was a huge eyesore in our laundry room originally. So luckily you can't really see that anymore. We didn't want to have to go tankless, and that was gonna be expensive. We didn't wanna have to move this. So we were able to keep this here by hiding it with this, which was awesome. I also got a crazy amount of comments about this one in specifically, about how are you ever gonna reach up there? What are you ever even gonna put up there? You can't even reach that. You're like, why would you even put one there? But I'm like, it would have looked stupid if we didn't put that top one. Plus, I have a little step ladder. We can put stuff up there that we don't normally use, like party decorations or whatever. So I think it's still functional. It's really not that hard. With a step ladder, you can reach it pretty easily. Right now, we just have like a big charcuterie board up there, but that's about it. And one thing I hate about this one, I need to flip the door because I want it to open from this side, but right now it opens this direction, which just bugs me. We just have a bunch of food and stuff stocked in there right now. And I was pretty intimidated to hang these cabinets because I've never done anything like that before. It's honestly really easy. You just got to hold it up in place. It's really helpful if you have another set of hands. Just find the studs and drill it in. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to hang cabinets if you've never done it. And it really was not as hard as I was expecting. But next we actually got this little butcher block countertop for now. I haven't sealed it yet, so it's actually, it needs to be sealed, but it's gonna get a little more orange than this. Someone was asking about how I kept it this color, but it's just because it's not sealed yet. And this butcher block was actually more expensive than this cabinet, so my wife's kind of turned it into her little coffee nook with the Keurig, and it's nice to have like a little area to fold clothes or whatever. I also got this little under the counter light from the Home Depot. This plugs in and it has like a motion sensor on it, so whenever we walk into the laundry room, it turns on. Also, I don't know why, but a lot of people hated this light, so we might change it in the future. But I like it. I think it looks good. It matches the vibe in here. To finish off this room, we painted the ceiling, which again, I wish we would have done at the beginning, but I really was just putting off doing the overhead work because it's annoying. But there's still a ton to do in here. I got a lot of comments of people saying like, oh, it's just so white. There's no color, nothing. But we didn't know exactly what we wanted to do with this space yet. So I decided just to opt for white for everything. So we have a nice easy base to paint over if we do want to go in with color. We do eventually want to put wallpaper here to add some color. And we'll have wallpaper go over the electrical box so it kind of hides it a little bit, which I think will look really nice. And we're also planning on doing a new window in here. We're going to do new windows all around the house, but that will make this look a lot nicer once this is not so old and ugly. And this rug and that little drying rack actually fit perfect. So shout out to my wife for decorating this place and making it look nice. But there's still obviously more to do, so let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for this space. And let me know what other projects you guys want to see, because the projects never end around here. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys do a laundry room renovation and you're doing it DIY style, I want to see pictures. So tag me on Instagram or send me a DM. I check most of them, so I appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.